Jealousy is a normal emotion and arises when someone feels insecure about their relationship. These relationships can include a romantic partner, parents, siblings, or a friend. Everyone feels jealousy at some point in their lives. But problems can arise when this healthy emotion gets downplayed, disregarded, and categorized as a phase, or when interpretations and imaginations run wild. This healthy emotion can turn into an irrational one and ruin sibling relationships long into adulthood. I'm sure you can name at least one or two adults that you know that have an estranged or unfriendly relationship with their siblings. So, knowing what I know, you'd think that I would have picked it up straight away when Aurora started to go through this. It took me 5 days for the light bulb to go off and for me to realize that I was actually making the situation worse. This Jealous Feelings book, along with all of the activities below, is what really helped Aurora to understand her feelings, feel secure in our family, and stop lashing out at her brother. I've provided a link for the Feelings series book set and for the Jealous Feelings book in the descriptions below if you did want to get that. And I am also an Amazon affiliate, so I do get a little bit of a commission if you purchase a book. So thank you. At no extra cost to you. So thank you. When Leon turned 8 months, Aurora just walked right over to him and pushed him over. In an annoyed tone, I was like, Aurora, what? And then for the next 4 days, it got progressively worse, where I couldn't even leave Leon's side because she would just beeline right over towards him. The more she did it, the more I started to escalate as well, saying, Aurora, what are you doing? Go to your room. And I even started to yell at her, which I never ever do. I tried the whole, it's okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to hit, and all of that, and it just didn't work. And then finally, on the 5th day, she walked over right to Leon and bit him hard, and I lost it. I was like, go to your room. And I came out and I spoke to Cameron, and I was like, what the hell? And I said to him, I was like, she can't control it because it's an impulse. And as soon as I said those words, I was like, oh my God, it's an impulse. And so I realized I was going about it all wrong because I was focusing all my attention on the behavior rather than what was underneath the behavior and what was causing it. The behavior is just a symptom of what's going on underneath. I was like, okay. So I started to ask myself a few questions. The first one was, what emotion is underneath the behavior? Jealousy. Then I did a little bit of research to find out what actually is jealousy. Because it's a fear of losing something or someone that you believe is yours, as well as an insecurity about your position, not to be confused with envy, which is wanting someone that's someone else's. Okay? And then also by correcting her, telling her off, yelling at her, I was actually addressing the behavior, which is only the symptom of her underlying feelings, thus invalidating how she was feeling, giving the unwanted behavior more attention, and then escalating her behavior. For the next 3 days, I took all of the actions that I'm about to share with you, chucked everything at it, and the kitchen sink too, to really be able to support her. And it took 3 days, just 3 days, and no more hitting. I was able to give Leon hugs and attention, which was without Aurora feeling resentment or left out. And I was able to restore their relationship with each other as well. Number 1, for the first day, I cleared my schedule to be able to preempt and prevent Aurora from hitting him. And instead, I would say, I know it's so hard to share your mummy. You are doing an amazing job. Let's go and play blah, blah, blah. It seems weird and counterintuitive when you're saying this statement, but the statement really validates her emotions and has a learning focus rather than trying to correct the behavior. Halfway through the day, I noticed a significant decrease in the intensity of her negative behavior towards Leah. Number 2, praising her again for being a really great big sister. Whenever she showed any kindness towards Leon or was playing with him, I would pick her up and I'd give her this big exaggerated hug and swing her around and give her a huge acknowledgement. I would tell her, wow, she's such a big sister, and point out the particular thing that she did and tell her how great and amazing she was. I also told Cameron about all the positive things that she did. This was so important because it actually restored our relationship with her and made sure that she knew that we thought that she was awesome and that she didn't have to be perfect at it. On day 2 and day 3, she started to do more kind things towards Leon just to get spun around. And this was so wonderful. Oh, it was such a change of pace from the previous week. After a full 3 days of spinning her around, it was starting to take a little bit of a toll on my back. So when she asked me for a spin again, I let her know. I said, oh, my back's starting to hurt now, but how about we have a hug instead? And she was fine with that and she liked. Number 3, reading the Jealous Feelings book every single day. This was an amazing resource because it helped to make sense of those big feelings that are happening inside those little bodies. It describes the feeling. It gives analogies about what that feeling could be like inside our body. It gives some ideas about things that we could do to make ourselves feel better. And some really great talking points at the back written by a child psychologist. This helped Aurora to understand and make sense of what was happening to her. It was really settling for her to know that it was normal and that everyone goes through it at some point in their lives. Number 4, talking about her feelings. In the Jealous Feelings book, the rabbit thought that his parents loved his little brother more than they loved him. This was such a great conversation starter because I was able to ask Aurora, do you feel like this? Aurora said yes. I didn't correct her. I just asked her some more questions about it. Like, what makes you think that I love Leon more than you? And then I just listened. And then I asked her, what are some things that I do that shows you I love you? And then I just listened. And I asked her, what are some things that Daddy does that shows you he loves you? And I just listened. And then she said, so you do love me? And I said, of course, my baby. I love you so much. I grew you in my body from a tiny little egg. She gave me the biggest hug ever and smiled. We did this every night for a few nights to focus her attention on what she is getting, not what she's not getting. Number 5, leading on from the last activity, we also started doing the I like activity. So every night we would go around and we would say something that we like about each other. This gave us the opportunity to be able to tell Aurora all the things that we like about her, and the opportunity for her to tell Leon all the things that she liked about him, and vice versa, and all the things that she liked about us as well. It was actually really, really, really cute. I did all of these activities every single day, and after 3 days it resolved the situation for us. After the 3 days, I did continue to do some of the activities, the last few. I can't remember exactly when we stopped, but I do remember, it was once she felt secure in her position in our family and in her relationship with us. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope this helps you support healthy sibling relationships at your home. Let me know how you go. If you like this video and found it valuable, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And for more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.